Hey guys, what is up? I am Devildriven. It's Monday. It's Ladder Leverage Day. We got someone new on, Mr. Bowman, AIFBOWMAN. How you doing today, sir?
I'm doing very well, Mr. Devildriven. Thank you for having me on.
Awesome. Yeah, I'm glad we linked up. I messaged you a while ago and you missed the message.
I know I ghosted you. I ghosted you. I know. Back in the summer.
It's all
Oh, the
good, man.
shame.
It's all good. We got you here now, man. We had some good games. This is the updated vampire list from the TLG Meta Report. If you haven't checked out the TLG Meta Report, check it out. Lots of lists on there, crafting guides, all the other stuff. teamleviathangamingtlg. But going through the cards, it's blood scent, so you're playing Portal and Garcans. I mean, it's just a given. So you want to be leery on your mulligans if you didn't get your Portal out yet, so that you don't brick your Portal. It hurts pretty bad when you're playing them separate. When you play them at the same time, it's great, but if you got to play
Oh,
them,
it's one of the most powerful portals in the game, right?
absolutely,
Portal
yeah,
into those Carcanes because it's crushing.
yeah. Because I mean, like if you're able to get the Portal down and then you can get the Oriana down, I mean, this engine is just insane. The amount of value. We had a hard time just getting games to finish because people were just forfeiting because they didn't have the answers. But yeah, Portal's crazy. Yearn is ADC pool. Going down the list. It goes Yearn, then Gouliat, then Cave Troll, then Katakan, I believe. So
Yeah,
I
it's a
mean,
really nice order for ADC. ADC is not in the list on the TLG Meta Report, and a few of the older lists. ADC is not included, but for me, I personally love the card because the order, like you just said, DD, the order that pulls the cards in is great. It gives you like really good cards in a good order, and this Eager and this big snake that everyone's playing now is one of those cards that can be amazing or it can be terrible. If you draw it, if you play it early in a round or when you need it, it's one of the best cards in the game. If you top deck it in a short round and it has like 2 armor and gets hit by any old ping, it's
mhm.
basically a 2 point card. So it's one of those cards that needs to be played when it's good to play it, and I just like the way that ADC allows you to ensure that.
And another thing too, I mean, with ADC and Naglfar, I mean that's monster doesn't really have thinning, and this adds a really nice thinning option to it. I mean, you get
Yeah,
your
yeah,
Naglfar,
exactly. It's a good point.
and you can possibly too Naglfar, something with ADC or play ADC, and that moves another one of your good golds into your Naglfar slot. So
Right, that's a
it's
very good point.
yeah, it's just I really like this because it's just a good thinning option, and to me, if you didn't draw your defender, it's just a possibility that you can maybe find your defender without Naglfar. Just being able to pull it out of the deck with ADC, pretty great. We just mentioned
Yeah.
the defender. It's got a lot of key matchups because you want to keep your Garcans online. So if you're going up against Mystic Echo and stuff like that, especially dwarves, you don't want to burn the Cave Troll too early because you need this to fend off all the Merc pings. Same thing with Northern Realms.
Hmm.
If you're gonna bleed them, round two, you play your Katakan, you play your Cave Troll, and they have to burn through this or purify it, one or the other. So he's
Yeah,
a pretty
and
beefy boy.
it's one of the highest. It's the highest skill cap really for the deck, or at least one of them. Is knowing when to play the defender is crucial decision, which can win or lose you a game.
Right. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's definitely one of those things where we ran into a Skellige matchup, and I think our opponent made a mistake by getting rid of the bleeding before getting rid of the purify, our defender, because after we were able to eat his grimace, spoilers, and now he has no way to get through our defender, and if he's planning on using that Morkvarg in like great swords or something like that, that's going to hurt him a lot, for a last save play. So yeah, definitely try to keep that Cave Troll online as much as you can. uh, Katakan, just a nice proactive play, especially in like a long round. You don't have most of your stuff either does damage or just hits the board flat, and uh, if you want to play something proactive, you're
yeah,
either going to be playing Osril, you're going to be playing Katakan, you're going to be playing Gouliat, stuff like that, because it's just you don't want to play something that is going to get pinged off and it's not going to get any value out of it. Oriana.
And it has the Katakan has double synergy with the deck, right? You've got the big boys thriving him, or it, and then also it's 2 vampire bodies, which is really nice for Oriana because she gives bleeding based on the number of vampire bodies that you have.
Right. Yeah, he's just a really great, proactive play. Osrul, if you're in a monster mirror, it's a matter of getting into that graveyard first in round 3. If there's only 113, just drop this first, because if you don't, your opponent will.
Yeah.
And if you're going up against a Keltheus friend in round 2, if you won, you just eat their Keltheus and they concede, and congrats on beating a trash deck that I can't stand. We mentioned Double Cross, great card, good addition there. Goliath, your opponent, a lot of times they don't want to kill this because it's going to give them problems by stealing something in their deck that they don't probably want to play early.
Yeah, it's nice that in the meta decks, right, like the big units are often the cards that they really don't want to be pulled out from the deck. Right. Like against Northern Realms, they really don't want that Falibor coming out. It's like a disaster for them. They're losing a 12, 13-point card.
Right. Toad Prince, mentioning Northern Realms, this thing loves archers. It eats them for breakfast. They drop an archer proactive, and you just num this thing up, man. I it, every time, dude. I just love it. It's my favorite.
Oh yeah, that feels good, doesn't it? Eating an engine always feels satisfying.
Queen of the Night,
and you can always set the Toad Prince up, right? That's the nice thing about in Blood sent Toad Prince is if there's no 3s to eat, no worries. You can use your leader pings if you plan in advance, so that you can set up a 5 or a 6, 2 or 3 late in the round.
Right. Queen of the Night, I really love this card. I love cards with options like this, where you got range and melee abilities, because it adds so many different layers to the game. If you know your opponent is relying on that defender, or if they do put like 16 bleeding on your urn or something like that, you can get rid of it. I just really like the card. It's really great.
And that art, I mean, that's probably one of my favorite premiums, right? Oh,
absolutely. I'm 100% on board with that. Probably the hardest card to get going is the Gale. Like Toad Prince and Gale, if you have to work for it, sometimes it gets a little tricky. It all depends on how the matchup goes. But these two cards, if you don't have the instant 3 to kill, sometimes they get a little bit awkward, especially if you're running up against like no unit stuff. Great card if you can get it to pop on like a 5, it plays for 9, and it takes damage off your opponent. So I mean, it's that to me, that's like an ideal scenario. If you kill a 5 with this, that's pretty great. Thunder, nice way to deal with priests if you're going up against Skellige. I mean, it takes out archers as well if you don't have the Toad Prince. What are some other answers that you want to take out?
Yeah, if you find any greedy Nilfgaard friends with their Damien and Stefan,
that too.
Thunder just feels so good.
Absolutely. Alp, just a nice bleeding option. Probably mulligan fodder. I mean, it does have possible synergies with the larvas, and it adds extra bleeding for your Oriana or whatever. But if you still got golds in the deck, you want to kick this as quick as possible.
Yeah.
Neckarats and larvas, I feel like these two cards right here, they can really help you like win round 1, especially against like certain matchups. They just if you can get the thriving and bleeding going on 2 turns, plus every turn these are going up 2, it's pretty tough for your opponent to deal with. And sometimes they're
crazy engines, aren't they?
Yeah. I mean, if you're on red or blue, it's going to work out pretty well. I like this inclusion of the Drowner too. If there is a stubborn defender, you can actually just move it and get it off that row, so you can start doing damage or spore something that's really big. I've
something you couldn't get at normally. Yeah, that's right. Exactly it. And plenty of matchups have got lot of Rolock cards at the moment, right? Like obviously all the guys we mentioned in Northern Realms, lots of those engines are Rolocked, and Syndicate have got the brothers and Caleb and all other cards that are Rolocked. Rolocked is a big thing in the meta at the moment, so it's just and of course the dragon that you mentioned earlier as well. He's Rolocked, so
right. The larvas, I mean, they're just broken. If you're playing monsters, you're playing 2 larvas. It's just it is what it is. Spores, there's some greedy decks going around, man. So you can usually, it's gonna play more than 4 provisions. I mean, if you're still fishing for golds and it doesn't feel like it's something that you're gonna like, maybe in Syndicate, but if you go up against the mutated hound, this is nice. But usually they hide it behind a defender, right? They usually hide it behind a czar. The hound. Feast of Blood, Feast of Blood, natural selection, probably your mulligan fodder. I would say. Would you agree with that? You still there, Bowman? I think we lost.
I'm here, and yes, okay. I agree. Yeah. I think I'm here. Yeah, small. I think it dropped for a moment there, but yeah, exactly. They're your normal mulligan fodder, and knowing which one to mulligan over the other is one of the other hard parts of the deck. You have to know the matchups well to know which one is the one you most useful for the given matchup.
Right. I mean, yeah. If you go up against like Syndicate, this can either one can take out a witch hunter.
Yeah.
It's just like you said. There's certain cards you should get a rough idea. I mean, you're going to be killing bronzes more than likely, so hanging on to these every once in a while.
And the key is if you think that removal won't be useful in the matchup, Feast of Blood is the value card as well, right? Because you can play it as a 6 for 4, as long as you have a vampire body on the board, and that synergizes with your Portal and with your Oriana as well.
Yeah, so, and your Gale and your
Feast of Blood can be a value card.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. And then the Garcans, you never want them in hand. Those are for sure the mulligan fodder. Don't get greedy, man. Unless you feel like you have to, if you're going up against like a Mystic Echo, and you just feel like there's a certain card you need, maybe take that second mulligan. But if not, don't break your Portal. It's no fun whatsoever. But here's a couple games, guys. Like always, thank you guys for watching. Definitely check out teamleviathangamingtlg.com. Thank you, Mr. Bowman, for recording with me, brother. Like I said, we'll have to get you back on here real soon, man. It was a good session. But
I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. But here's a couple games, guys. We'll see you.
If he had played like something that wasn't Nekkas to start with, I would have said lead a charge Portal, go, small.
Harold.
Harold. Wow.
So we got Spores.
I mean,
as a possible answer.
Yeah. Spores is a good one. Okay, Thunder's probably going to be very good.
Natural selection we ditched though, right?
Drowner's really good because his great swords need to be on opposite rows to the things that he wants to hit. All right. No lava. That's a shame.
ADC is on the urn. Now, when you ADC the urn, you still get the armor.
Yeah. There's no difference from ADCing urn. It's just the reason why I like the card is this situation, right? Like, he's really good. I think we just ADC straight into him. Or do we need to commit Nekkarat? Nah, we're on blue here. We never need to commit the Katakan.
Yeah.
But like, this is so good now. Like, it has tons of armor. Like, you can't do much to it. Whereas if we didn't have ADC and we top decked into this later, it could be.
So he plays next. We play the Nekkarat, right, for the bleed.
Probably. Unless there's something, unless he plays something Rolocked that we think is worth moving, but that's not like. Okay. Heatwave in Harold. I see.
So now we go Goliath.
Yeah. Do we need to? If he's like, the only question is, do we need to play the
Katakan first? Huh?
Yeah.
The defender's going to be key for his like. If he's like
exactly.
No unit horse
defender's
shit.
Really good for soaking up and for soaping up. The armor's really good on the defender, right?
So we go Katakan.
I'm not sure we need to. We have TA still, right? It's a tough call.
So we go Nekkarat. Without the bleed, it doesn't. This is
yeah,
really the only.
it's yeah, okay, let's do it. I was gonna say yeah, let's play the Cascan, like you were saying. The Cat.
Okay.
Whatever. He's not gonna have 3 damage, right?
Oh,
I mean,
he's got 2 thunders. He's got 2 thunders, and what's the other one?
Sure.
The damage is on 3 on both ends. So now we're
Sandstorm.
Yeah.
Wait,
now...
do you think this guy's actually a no unit? Is that just a?
Why would you open up with Heat Wave and?
He could just be like, he could just have lots of control techs, but yeah. Okay, come on, I guess we really have to win this round. Let's just play the Cascan.
He's gonna Uma into Keltheus. Just play a bunch
That's fine. We just drown her that, no problem. What's going on? Ceres?
Step careful there.
Holy smokes.
How does he... So he's so greedy that he's going to damage this with a priest.
Yeah, I mean, we thunder it, right? Don't we?
Then what... Well,
it denies him thinning.
And then we can move the priest.
Yeah, if there even is a priest, there might be like a butcher or something, right?
True.
I think we need to deny him that thinning. We need him to have that 4p brick. I mean, he might just res it straight off the bat.
Bow before modern Freya. Give him no rest, no reprieve.
Do we have any answers for that?
Nah, we don't. And we don't really want to spend Naglfar round 1 because it means that we, on average, find quite a few less gold.
So we go Goliath TA.
Goliath TA, or is that going to be enough to force him out? It plays for 11 plus 5, plays for 16 points, but his priest is playing for 3, 4, 5 plus 4.
So we're going Defender then.
But Defender's so good.
We could just play... Well, we don't want to... We want to move the Drowner. So we're playing Goliath.
Yeah, let's go Goliath TA. I think we miss 1 point on the Thrive curve, but I think it's like saving the Defender for when it's actually useful is too important.
So he gets 9 points here. He jumps up to 17. That's assuming it's a priest. Plunder.
I mean, okay. Interesting. He needs 9. What's a 9 for him here? Scorch. I mean, like a Geralt or a something is a 9, but like, what else? In Skellige, Morkvarg is not. Hemdall.
So we drown her a Shield Maiden and bleed Circes. 1 bleed.
I don't know. The problem with that is, like, do we really want to do that?
Because then that's the only way we're going to enable Gale.
We could just be like, screw this, we're going to lock. Like, the only card that gets it for him is Hemdall, right? Which is like a super big commitment for a long round. Our hand's too good. Like, I think Drowner's a mistake because it means he can start. If we play Drowner, he can just play 2 bad cards, right? Like, Drowner here is just not doing it, and also Drowner could be really good for us later, right? Like, if he is great swords, but I mean, he might not be. He might just be Skellige with a dagger finisher, like the old days.
And
I think it's only Hemdall.
He's going to spend his leader.
Okay. Fine by us.
He won the round.
Okay, good.
The problem is if he is no unit horse shit. We're gonna have
I
nothing.
don't think he is.
We're gonna have
But
nothing.
he might be. You're right.
Do we risk dropping the Alp?
I think Alp's just a good dry pass card, right? Like we want proactive plays in round 3. Okay, good. Yeah, because you're right. Like, I think the only way we're losing this game is if he is a no-use. So we should just keep our proactive points.
Now, do we play defender first? If he has delirium, these die instantly.
That's a very good point. Is Spores worth keeping without leader there? It's not a terrible card. What are we looking for? Is there anything like in our deck? What's in our deck? We've got Naglfar for 1 gold. There only is 1 gold. I think maybe we just keep this hand. Like, Spores should be good, right? He's going to have a priest or something.
Right.
This should be good.
And we got the Purify to get through the retarded defender. So we go
Exactly.
cave. Do we go cave troll first?
The thing is, right, he does have delirium, you're right, but he doesn't want to use delirium on this. He wants to use it with the greatsword, right? If we force him to play delirium on this, is that bad for us? I feel like we need to use, like, what we need to do, right? The way we lose this game is somehow he gets a greatsword with a stick, plays it on the back row, and like gets to Morkvarg our Osril.
So we're going.
I think we just go the lava, yeah. I think lava and front row. I think front row lava.
Because we got to play Oriana and Queen of the Night on
and he's
back
probably
row.
got lacerates and stuff like that, right?
I think he's gonna play the delirium, man. I really do.
I think he is. I think you're probably right, but he loses a lot of points, right? On his he's got.
There it is.
I mean, number 1, here comes the delirium. But I think the problem is we can't play. We need to save the cave troll to stop him getting a 50-point Morkvarg, right? Because if he has a greatsword on the row with Osril and he plays Morkvarg, we just lose. So now we just slam. We can just go for Osril now, right?
Yeah, I don't see why not.
No, he's always got last say, so he's always Morkvarging it. That's fine. We don't care if he Morkvargs it. What we care about is him having a greatsword opposite it when he Morkvargs it. And now we can stop that. Because we can either Drowner it, or we can just use the defender to stop him being able to target it.
Avalon.
Okay.
Appearances can be deceiving.
So we just
He
get
goes to the fox.
do we get our bleed train rolling
Yes.
now?
Let's get our portal online. Yeah, 100%.
Sometimes
Perfect.
it's tricky to get that off of there.
Yeah, you end up trying to apply bleeding to the button 10 times. It happens all the time.
Gremist. So
Yep, that's fine.
Have you nothing
So
better
now
to
we
do?
bleed the Gremist, right? Or do we play our defender?
Yes, the question is, we could play our defender to try and soak up, to try and take the 50-50 on the fog. Or
I think the Osril's just a lost cause. I think we just let him go till the fog's done.
we could do, it's just we could use the armor, right? We'll at least get one tick of, we'll block at least one fog with the armor. It's just the consideration.
Alright.
Like, do we think he's got a defender? I think maybe we just Queen of the Night his Gremist is another consideration as well. Like, is he really... The defender's like kind of a greatsword card. And we have... Oh, we can always just move his defender with Drowner anyway. Yeah, this is always right. Because we can just move his defender with Drowner if it comes to it.
Right.
And this is really nice, right? Because this sets up for... he'll... in 3 turns' time, the Gremist will have 3 health and 1 bleeding, which is like optimal for. Okay, so
do we leave
we
it
have
there?
spores. Yeah, we leave it, but drop the defender back row here to soak up the fog. Guaranteed top fog tick. We don't want to play too much into one row because of lacerate, and this guy's got loads of armor anyway. I like this. I think we just do this. Like, we don't care about this guy because you're right. We've got a spores.
Yeah, and if he has the defender, we just move the defender. And he used one Freya already. A boat.
Yeah.
So he
Yeah,
plays.
that's not bad.
He plays spores. The spores might be better on the boat.
Good point.
So we get Oriana going now. We don't have any more vampires really, anyways. And we just bleed Avalok, right?
Yeah, and maybe the thing is, right, if he has like you say Mardrome, he can remove bleeding. But what else can we do here? There's not really much else we can do. We could play. We could just play the Drowner.
I don't want to move any of this stuff.
Well, his best Mortvarg target, if he's running it, is going to be Oriana, who's range, who's always in the back, right? And he can do that as his last play.
True. So we just play. How does he get through it, though? We're just playing it.
Yeah, well, exactly. You're right. He can't do everything. He can't do everything here.
He needs.
He can't purify. He doesn't
wave.
have like.
Yeah, he wasted his purify.
But he'll get another charge on it, right? He's likely to play a... Yeah. Okay, so now he can remove either a bleeding or defender status. We'll see what he prioritizes.
He
okay.
went... So he has another one.
Or he doesn't care, or maybe
we
he
eat the
doesn't
Grimmist
care.
and it doesn't matter.
Or I think we Gale the Grimmist, right? Gale the Grimmist is better here. It's a really good Gale, and then we can just start bleeding Avalak or something. In fact, we just know... Yeah, we start bleeding Avalak here. I mean, look how many points are up.
Yeah, I don't think he's got it. Unless he's got a defender, I mean, he's going to lose a ton of points. Alright.
Alright.
Good game.
We're just too good. No one wants to actually play against us. They just want to concede.
Just can't beat Invigorate. Alright.
Oh man, games like that feel bad. Like, just complete bamboozle value.
Alright. So we drop Feast of Blood.
Why? I'm really confused. So we're going second here against probably like this is probably one of the net decks, right? This is either Gord or yeah, again, I have to go to the Falcon, don't we?
So do we eat the two? He's gonna go for the synergy.
He might. I mean, we could eat that. The problem is this could be. We could. But the thing is, if it's dwarfs, then we really want to save the eat for a mercenary, right?
Right.
If it's harmony, then this is good. Then eating it is good. But we got no idea at this point what the hell.
Why would you open with this though if you're harmony?
Yeah, that's because he might not want to play. Like, he could round one, he could just be playing a couple of bad cards and passing. I think you're right though. It looks like dwarves. It looks more like dwarves. I think we just play the Nekarat and
bleed the 3, huh?
Yeah, I think that's just a safe play here.
Because if we bleed this, Monroe just flips it for free then.
Right, exactly, and even worse, right? He'll play one more of them and then Monroe for free, and we're in. Invigorate with no units.
Alright.
So we just want to slam our Okay, we have to. Yeah, because or do we just get the second Nekarat going, like ASAP? Those are the two choices here. Slamming E-Gun's also good to soak up pings, obviously.
Well, we can't kill it just yet, so... But...
Yeah.
Or do we play Goliath first?
Honestly, I think we're going to need these engines online. I think we get the Neckaret down, bleed... yeah, and then also I would just stack the bleeding. So, because killing bodies right against is good, so we just, stack that bleeding, exactly. And now he probably transforms, and then we either slam E-Gun immediately, or we slam Cape... Whoa! Okay.
So it's definitely dwarves.
Yeah, definitely dwarves.
So we go Yearn.
Or, yeah, I guess we do now, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5... Yeah, sounds good.
I mean, it gets us even here.
It does.
He's
and we
gaining,
have Defender.
He's gaining 1, but he's losing 2. So, well, he's only
Exactly.
losing 1.
And we have Defender off of... If he starts trying to chip at this, then we can ADC for Defender. Which is nice.
Do we maybe save the Defender, though? If he's dwarves, he's going to have mercs, right?
Right. Exactly. Obviously, in an ideal world, we might want to save it. But if he starts chipping away at the E-Gun, like, winning the round is so important. Because if we lose and he opens mercs, like, Defender defends us for a short while. But,
yeah, that's true.
not long enough.
Cleaver. Well, it's still got 1
Right.
point.
So now we slam this cave drop. Oh my god, Roach? What is this? What is going on? What is this world?
So we bleed Cleaver and Roach.
Yeah, sure. Roach and Cleaver, what is this? What are these decks we're seeing? This is a whole new world of Gwent I haven't experienced in.
Holy shit, here it comes. So it's...
If he's smart though, if he's smart he takes the... Yeah, then. I mean, it's a commitment.
He got the snipe, though.
He got the snipe, which is a real shame. Okay, it doesn't matter. We play here. Here we play. We need to play a vampire, right? We want to start. We want to play a vampire here so that we can start bleeding. So we can get our Neckaret cooldown to 0, and then we can start bleeding those guys now.
So we're playing
maybe
Gale on this.
Yeah, that's an option. Do we need? So are we thinking we need to save Queen of the Night for his Defender? Is that the?
Yeah.
But if we win the round, right, like we can just pass on his Defender as well. Does Gale get much better than this? Maybe you're right. Maybe Gale's fine here. Yeah, I think Gale's fine here. Let's do it. And then we bleed both of the Berserkers, right? Nice.
Yeah, if we can keep these up, that might be okay.
Yeah. I mean, they've already got insane value, right?
Yeah.
They've both played as like... They've both done... One of them's done 3 pings, one of them's done 2. Okay.
So 32. They die next turn, so we're dropping Goliath.
So if we want to... I mean, we could play Osriel to get ahead here. Right, Osriel plays for 14. It does get us ahead if we wanted to do it. The only thing about that is, if we're going to play Queen of the Night as a vanilla, like, bleeding card, she starts losing value by not doing it now.
So we're bleeding here.
Or we just slam. We could just slam Osriel and be like,
Here you go.
here you go, yeah.
31.
Nice.
It could hit armor too, so if he does pass here, we might be able to pass on even.
Oh, he can't pass it, right? Because they die. He has a net 0 maximum for him. And you're right. If it hits armor, it's even worse. Oh, okay, that's cheeky. Cheeky play.
The other one dies though, which is nice.
Yeah, the other one dies exactly.
But now
All
he's
right.
in trouble. So we're bleeding this, bleed the 7, and play Goliath.
Yeah. Do we think? So we have to make the other question here is we could just be like Monroe's not coming, right? Like, wouldn't he have played it?
You would think, yeah.
But yeah, maybe we can't make those kinds of. Maybe we go Queen of the Night here, just because I think we use the charges on like you said, and then go Queen of the Night on the
14.
big. Yeah.
Your deepest, darkest
Our hand's
dreams,
pretty good
I
here.
can make them real.
We're gaining a fair few points.
Yeah, I mean we nullified his defender. This is pinging, but it might actually hit a 1. Synthesis.
What? Okay, sir. Interesting bet.
So now we go Goliath.
Yeah, now we go Goliath, and we get our perfect. We get our even more value out of our Mecha Rats. Like these Mecha Rats have been like 10-point cards each. They've been crazy this game. It doesn't really matter. I mean, you never know. Like,
Let's do that.
Exactly. Let's just do this. Yeah.
We can eat this next turn.
Yeah. Yeah, we can.
Pass.
Did he?
Yep.
What a world. What a world we live in. The only issue is we don't have a great. We're not likely to have a great bleed hand because we've kind of all of our point slam is gone.
Right.
But I mean, we can. We'll see. Oh my god, 2. We have to take a mulligan here. Like we can't play this hand, right? Because we got like, what are we gonna do? Play 2 Andrega Llamas and pass? Like, oh dear. All right. Well, how many golds do we have in deck, Mr. Devildriven, sir? That's the question.
2, 3. It's another one.
Ah, not again. Not this again.
Do we just take the card and run?
It's definitely a consideration. He's already used 1 justice. The problem is, right, if we take the card and run, he can open with double Merc Justice on leader into defender.
No, he already used
right, he didn't
justice.
use
He already used justice.
Right, but he can go leader Justice and then play onto the Mercs and then play defender from hand in 1 turn.
So we're going Larva, Drowner.
Oh, I don't know what the fuck we're doing. I think we're playing 1 Larva and then assessing. Like we don't have the answers to that, right? That's the problem. And then we're gonna find out he's not even playing defender or something crazy like that. But that's the punish here. But oh my god. What is this? Why have we just played against Invigorate with traps and now we're playing against
Echo with traps.
I mean, we pass, right? Don't we?
I mean, we could just play it down here.
But what is... Yeah, we could, and then what? And hope it's... Yeah, we could just do it. I mean, we could. I guess, yeah. I don't want to get... What is this? Let's just find out what it is. What? What is this?
Random 1 trap. What sucks is we can't bleed anything.
I know. What?
Why didn't he wait a turn?
Some things cannot be forgiven.
Alright.
Sure.
So we're going for the 50-50, right?
I mean, if this is dwarves, which we thought it was, but is becoming increasingly unclear, movement doesn't do anything, right? So why don't we just play our Drowner now on the Thrive curve? Like, if this is like, what are we moving for value here? I think we just play this for Thrive, right? And then we can make the hard decisions next round, the next turn.
I mean, we get to eat one of the pings. We got double armor.
If you use, yeah.
Pavko.
Oh, of course. Sorry, it's actually Harmony. Of course, we should have saved our Drowner for him. Of course, right? Oh my.
So we're just going for it, huh? Or do we stop here?
I don't know what we could just play. We could consider playing. What? Yeah, what do we even take off Naglfar? What are we even looking for off Naglfar? Are we hoping to find Ekip Kazakan or Ekip? Should we just see what we get? Should we just do it?
Catachan, Oriana, or Portal?
Yeah.
Alright. So we got the Portal.
What do we say? Do we take it though? This is a short round now. Like, do we even want to play the Portal in this? We could go Portal. I guess we can go Portal and 1 leader charge maybe, or it's just this is just so awkward. And then we believe Pavko, right?
So he has to play leader now.
I think so. Or except he's going down the card.
There it is. Okay, so we got the leader out of him.
I mean,
And
depending on what he leaders,
Catachan and Oriana.
we should be fine here. We've got a good top deck and like a reasonable chance of finding Oriana. Not guaranteed, but like a reasonable chance of finding Oriana.
Harmony Miners.
I mean, we've just been bamboozled this game, haven't we? Like once again, like what is this? What are we playing against here? Okay. Does that even get him ahead? Because he bleeds. Yeah, it does. I think we play the Toad here, don't we?
We eat the Miner and just use one more bleed.
I don't think we need to use one more bleed, right? Unless we think we can 2-0. Do we think? Because what if it's like Oak? I mean, he's playing Roach, so who knows what to predict here. I think we always play the Toad here, though. It's just so good. We have the Thrive engines on board, and then we have to do a little bit of calculation to see, is it worth? So he's got to do like, nah, I think we pass. Because if it's a good card like Oak, he takes it anyway, right? Because he's got 2 free points plus the Harmony. I think we just pass here. If it's a bad card, we'll 2-0 him, and if it's a good card, I don't think that 1 point difference would have made.
There it is.
There it is.
Good game.
I mean, I'm scared. Like, these Squirtle players that we're seeing,
they're even sick of playing Berserkers.
Like, I really thought that first game was a free win for us. Like, we were up. He needed a 12-point card, and he had like an 11-point card, and he had a Sursa buffed to so it was an 11-point card exactly, and then he played like no units. Like, what was that? I'm just scared now. Every time we see these Squirtle players, that there's going to be something. And this guy was like kind of close, right? He had some traps. He had Saskia, the big immune dragon.
He had a good mix there. That's the video for today, guys. Mr. Bowman, thank you for stopping through, man. We got to have you on again here soon, man. It was fun.
It's been a pleasure.
Awesome, dude. Like always, guys, check out teamleviathangamingtlg for all your stuff. We should have maybe a deck guide coming soon on something. We'll see. But if you're a newer player, there's lots of crafting guides on there, stuff like that. So definitely check it out. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next Monday for Ladder Leverage.